I've gone through all the tech and gadgets I've reviewed and used over the past year and put together a list of my favourites. There's something here for every budget, from £7 to £500, whether you're buying a gift for someone else or just treating yourself. I've tested all of these properly. Some already have full reviews on the channel and a few more are coming soon. You'll find chapters and links to everything in the description. So in ascending price order, let's get started. There are still plenty of Apple devices around with lightning ports. My family all have older iPhones and I still have the original AirPods Pro and my 10.5-inch iPad Pro, all with lightning. Rather than upgrading just to get USB-C, spend £7 or less on this little lightning to USB-C adapter. I have a few tethered to USB-C cables around the house and on my power bank, and they even support fast charging. I have a complete video on this tiny accessory if you want to know more about it. Olight O'Pen Mini 2 is under 11 cm long and weighs just 16 grams, making it a great little everyday carry pen. It has a satisfying bolt action mechanism that switches between a pen and a long-lasting pencil tip. For the price, it's a handy little tool to keep in your pocket, bag or glove box. This small 5000 mAh power bank from Anker weighs just 100 grams and has a foldable USB-C connector designed to plug straight into your phone, and it's long enough to fit through most cases. There's another USB-C port on the side too, and it supports fast charging up to 22.5 watts, which is enough for most smartphones. It's so compact I usually carry one on long bike rides for emergencies. Multitools make great gifts, and the S11 Pro from Nextool costs just £26. It weighs only 100 grams, so you barely notice it in your pocket. Centred around a decent set of spring-loaded needle nose pliers with wire cutters, it also includes scissors, a sharp HCRI 14 MOV blade, a Phillips and flat screwdriver, and a diamond file. All the tools open from the outside, so you don't need to open the pliers first, and since the blade is non-locking, it's UK legal carry, just like a Swiss Army knife. There are a few multi-tools on this list, and to keep them all sharp, this is the one sharpener I always recommend. The Work Sharp guided fill sharpener has quality coarse and fine diamond stones, a round ceramic hone and a leather strop. The built-in guides help even complete beginners get a razor-sharp edge quickly. I've sharpened everything from tiny pocket knives to 10-inch chef knives on it, and it works brilliantly. This is a clone of Leatherman's flagship Surge multi-tool that costs 4 times as much. It's unbelievable value and even has a few extras you don't get on the Surge, including a locking bit driver that takes standard 1/4-inch bits, with a double-ended set of bits included. There's a T-shank holder for swapping between a diamond file, jigsaw blade and a scalpel. The beefy pliers meet accurately at the tips, have zero play and feature replaceable wire cutters, and unlike Leatherman, Bibury include a spare set. It doesn't have the Surge's build quality or 25-year warranty, but it's far better made than I was expecting. The blades come super sharp and all the tools lock positively, with the main tools accessible with the multi-tool closed. I'll be comparing this to the Surge in an upcoming budget versus premium series. In my roundup of ketane torches, the Nitecore Tini 2 did very well. The new Tini 3 boosts turbo output to 600 lumens and now lets you choose between 3 colour temperatures: warm 3000 Kelvin, neutral 4500 Kelvin and cool 6500 Kelvin. It still has the excellent OLED screen showing real-time runtime, brightness and battery level, and it only weighs 20 grams. There's still no pocket clip though, and although I love the OLED screen, the one on my Tini 2 did fail after a couple of years of heavy use. The torch itself still works though. I reviewed the Nitecore NB Plus 10,000 mAh power bank last month. It's super slim, weighs just 155 grams and supports fast charging up to 22.5 watts. It's not the cheapest 10,000 mAh power bank, but it feels premium with its carbon fibre finish, and best of all it's waterproof to IPX7, which makes it ideal for outdoor use. The Olight Perun 2 Mini was a versatile head torch, lightweight with white and red modes and a very comfortable headband. The Perun 3 Mini brings a few small refinements, but the big upgrade for me is the new HCRI version. HCRI light shows colours much more accurately, which is great for close-up work and outdoors. This has become my go-to torch for my morning walk, and it's small enough to slip into my pocket once the sun comes up. It also fits in the USB-C charging case, although I do wish the torch itself had USB-C built in. The Roxon Flex is one of the most interesting multi-tools to come out in years. You can buy it as a bare-bones set of spring-loaded pliers with replaceable cutters, or choose a preloaded version with the usual essentials. But its real appeal is that it's completely modular. Every tool can be swapped out without tools, and Roxon sells an impressive range of affordable add-ons including large scissors, a D2 blade, a 1/4-inch driver, a diamond file, saw blades and a T-shank adapter. There's also a companion tool so you can build your own perfect penknife, and all the modules work in both tools, making the whole system incredibly versatile. Olight have just released an update to their popular pen torch. The new O'Pen 3 has a gel ink pen, a 120 lumen side light, a red light and a green laser. You can even illuminate exactly where you're writing with a tiny ring light around the nib. Best of all, it now has USB-C charging built in. You needed to charge its predecessor with its pen pot, which had USB-C. I did like the old pen pot for storing the pen, but it's no longer included. The new sprung clip is another nice touch, and the whole pen feels better balanced than the previous version. The pen is a little finer and scratchier than before. They've changed the ink refill, but I'm hoping it will smooth out in use. And the old Olight refills still fit if you prefer. Until recently, if you wanted a powerful burst of air, you really needed a compressor or at least a mains-powered air duster. Battery air dusters have come a long way though, and the Wolfbox MF200 is impressively powerful for its size and weight, and even has a replaceable battery. They're incredibly useful for blowing dust out of PC cases and keyboards, cleaning vacuum filters, clearing wood dust and drying small parts. It's one of those tools you don't realise you need until you have it, and then you reach for it constantly. I'll be comparing it to the new Milwaukee 18-volt version, the Nitecore CW20, and the Melef Milwaukee knockoff I reviewed a while back, all in an upcoming video. I tested a load of electric pumps in a previous video, but the Cycplus AS2 Pro mini pump is still the one I use out on my bike, and it looks like there's now an updated version I'll be reviewing soon. I don't know anyone who rides a bike who wouldn't appreciate one of these. It can pump a road tyre from completely flat up to pressure around 3 times on one charge, quickly and more importantly effortlessly. I really like having the digital pressure gauge too. It's not perfect though, it's pretty pricey, it's not waterproof, and it has failed me once. If you're happy buying on AliExpress, I've tried some much cheaper alternatives. I'll link to my pick in the video description. I have a Ring doorbell and various other Ring cameras. They're great, but you're tied into a monthly subscription for anything beyond the basic features. And they all need mains or USB power. The Reolink Altas camera I reviewed a few months ago requires no subscription and is battery powered with an included solar panel to keep it topped up. I don't find the software as user-friendly as Ring's, but it's fairly priced and will be a great option for a lot of people. I also have Reolink's floodlight camera to test, so expect that review very soon. If you're stuck for a gift for anyone with a non-electric car, a battery-powered jump starter could be perfect. It's basically a portable battery pack with jump leads. Attach them to your dead battery and start the engine. It's as simple as that. I've been using the Gooloo GT6000 for years, and it's got me and others out of trouble many times. It was powerful enough to start my VW Transporter's battery, and the new GT6000 is even more powerful. I've tested a few, but I like the Gooloo ones. They have a clear display, they're easy to use, they have a decent torch built in, and they can both charge up and charge your tech at up to 100 watts with USB-C. I'll have a review of the GT6000 up shortly. I just released a complete overview of Chinese diesel heaters, a cheap way to heat your garage, garden building, camper van or tent using standard diesel from the petrol station. I worked out the running cost to be around half that of an electric heater, and they make it much easier to keep a space at the right temperature. They're also fairly inexpensive. This HCRI Toolbox 2S Plus is currently just over £120 with my link. It can be controlled with the included wireless remote or via their app over Bluetooth. I'd recommend watching the full video where I cover all the details including safety. It's hard to pick just one Leatherman multi-tool, but the Surge is hard to beat. It's one of their heaviest tools at around 350 grams, but it has everything and it's built like a tank. Most of the tools, including the 2 blades, scissors and T-shank adapter, open from the outside, so you don't need to open the pliers to access them. The T-shank holder can take either the saw blade or the diamond file, and both are included. Open up the tool for the star of the show, the heavy-duty pliers, which have replaceable wire cutters and a stranded wire cutter below the hinge. Inside the handles you get flat screwdrivers and a can opener that doubles as a wire stripper, and Leatherman's flat bit driver, with a double-ended Phillips and flat bit included. Every tool locks and it's a joy to use. If you want a Leatherman that's UK carry legal, the Leatherman Bond is a great option. It's far cheaper, more compact and it's lighter too. I've just completed a full review of Olight's Marauder Mini 2. It's probably the most capable torch I've tested to date. With 10,000 lumens, a separate flood beam, a 750 metre spotlight, a side light, a red light and both magnetic and USB-C charging. It's a bit large for your pocket and on the pricey side, but otherwise it's hard to beat. I've tested many portable power stations this year, with plenty more in the pipeline, but Bluetti's Elite 30 V2 is a feature-rich, super compact unit. It has a 600 watt AC outlet, a 288 watt-hour long-lasting LFP battery, and a 140 watt USB-C port. It weighs just 4.3 kilograms, and at £179 it's a great price. It's handy for emergency backup or camping, and I also use it constantly in UPS mode. the decent selection of USB ports is a bonus. It even comes in a range of colours. Full review is coming soon. I love the DJI Neo, one of my favourite bits of tech this year, and DJI have just released a Neo 2, which I'll be reviewing very soon. These are tiny 4K camera drones that can take off and land from the palm of your hand, or with a mobile app, controller, or even FPV goggles. The new version adds obstacle avoidance, better image quality, gesture control, and faster tracking speeds for not much more money. But both models are great and very well priced, either on their own or in one of DJI's tempting bundles. DJI have just released the Osmo Action 6 with a slightly larger 1/1.1 inch sensor, a new 4K 120 frames per second slow motion mode, and a dual direction mount. But for most people, that upgrade has actually made the Action 5 Pro an even better buy at its new reduced price. It's tiny, has excellent image quality even in low light, very good stabilisation, front and rear OLED screens, solid battery life and fast charging. It also benefits from DJI's established accessory ecosystem, including their wireless mics. For the price of the new Action 6, I'd probably go for the Ace Pro 2 from Insta360. It's a little bigger and heavier, but its large flip screen makes it more useful for general use, not just action sports. I've compared the Ace Pro 2 with GoPro's Hero 13 in a full review if you're interested. Ooni has a huge range of pizza ovens, but my current pick, especially if you can get it on offer, is a Koda 2. If you haven't tried pizza from a home pizza oven before, you're in for a treat. It runs on standard gas you can get almost anywhere, and it reaches 500 degrees Celsius, over twice as hot as a household oven, in around 20 to 30 minutes. You can cook a pizza in just 60 seconds and the results are delicious. You can make your own dough, which is easier than you might think, or buy frozen dough balls and add your own toppings. The Koda 2 is a little bigger than the previous model at 14 inches, giving you more room to work with. It now supports Ooni's digital display for monitoring temperatures over Bluetooth. I'm reviewing this model and its big brother, the 18-inch Koda 2 Pro, which already includes a smart display. So make sure you're subscribed if you don't want to miss out on either review. 2025 has been an exciting year for 360 cameras, with new releases from DJI and GoPro challenging Insta360, who've dominated this space for years. I compared all three head-to-head in a recent video. The Insta360 X5 still came out on top, just. All the cameras produce decent image quality, but Insta360 still has the lead when it comes to reframing your footage and turning 360 capture into a usable video. And the competition has brought the price of the X5 down substantially, which makes it even more tempting. The 1000 watt-hour portable power station market is a competitive one, and this is the size I usually recommend to anyone who isn't sure what they need. They typically have AC inverters that can run most household appliances, and a 1000 watt-hour battery will power most devices for a decent amount of time. All the big brands are hovering around £500 with discounts, but DJI's Power 1000 V2 is a steal at just £429 right now. It has a massive 2600 watt output, super fast charging, and two 140 watt USB-C ports. My only criticism is that you need optional accessories for car and solar charging. DJI is the only major brand that doesn't integrate this. But if you need it, the basic car charging combo, still under £500 at present, works well and can also be used with a small solar panel. See my full review for all the details, and I'll link my portable power station playlist so you can check out the competition, especially if the price goes up. The Ninja Cafe Luxe is a flexible all-in-one coffee machine with a built-in conical burr grinder, espresso maker, automatic milk frothing and a hot water function for teas or Americanos. You can let it handle almost everything for quick, consistent results, or take more control by adjusting the grind, the strength, or using manual steam frothing. It can make any drink you want, from espressos and flat whites to filter coffees, hot chocolate and even cold brew, all in one compact machine. I have the Pro version, which adds a built-in tamper lever that makes things even easier. First impressions are good overall, and for the price it's excellent, but of course it's not perfect. See my full review coming up soon for the full rundown. If you're tempted, definitely wait for a sale, these get reduced all the time. That's the full list. You'll find links to everything in the description, along with full reviews for many of these items and more videos on the way. If you found this useful, a thumbs up really helps the channel, and if you've got any questions or your own recommendations, feel free to leave a comment. I do read them all. And if you'd like to support the channel, using the affiliate links below really helps and doesn't cost you anything extra. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I release new tech videos every week. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.